Yo, so I want to tell you guys if or not growth operating is for beginners and if it really is possible to make 10K a month as a beginner. Now, before I get into this video, I do want to say one thing. So, when you start anything, any business model, anything that you do to make money, even if it's washing windows or mowing lawns, you have to learn how to give value for free, okay? If you don't give value for free, it's really hard for the other person, your potential prospective client, to trust you or to want to build a further relationship with you, like a relation with you, um, which is important, right? Because here's the thing, if you manage to close a client, let's say in the growth operating space for this video, right? Because I fucking do growth operating. Let's say you get a client for like, you, what the fuck's wrong with my brain? Let's say you close a client, right? And you did not provide any free value. It's very likely that this client in a few weeks or days or months will just be like, all right, nah, I don't want to work with you anymore. Simply because their first impression of you was just like, oh, they just want to like close the deal, get an upfront fee, or just, start working and just like make money off of me, but I haven't really received any free value from them. And when I say free value, I don't mean like just slave away for them. I just mean like try to give them some insightful information. For example, for my client, my first fucking client, I charged them zero upfront. Okay, Connor, I charged zero upfront. And the reason I did this was because we gave Connor two options. One zero upfront and the other 2K upfront. Obviously, he chose zero upfront. Now, the benefit from that was that we knew that we had to work hard to make money ourselves, right? So everything was like on us, which was good because that's the only reason why we're here today, right? From brutal fucking hard work. Okay, one of the free things we did for Connor was we told him, look, you have an Instagram that exists, but you don't post there. You have a YouTube that exists, but you don't post there. You have the audience on both these platforms. You're only posting on TikTok, which is cool, I guess. Like, you can't really, realistically, as an influencer, as a creator, you can't post everywhere because you don't have time for that shit, right? Like, you just simply don't. So what Jack and I told him, it was to ask him for his Instagram login. And what I did, and what I do to this very day, was download every TikTok video he has, watermark free, and post it on Reels. Jack and I did that for a long fucking time. Like, I think we posted over like 300 videos on his Instagram Reels, and we took him from like 33,000 followers on Instagram, dead followers, to now 164K. And that's only possible because we gave him free value. And so right from the start, he had no reason to leave us. Like, he had no reason to end the partnership. He was getting free value. We were making him money with no upfront cost. He had nothing to lose, and his time investment was so minimal that it was just a no-brainer for him. So that was a bit of a rant about why you should give free value. Now let's get into the video. And by the way, if you guys want my Telegram, follow me and DM me on Instagram and send me the word Telegram, or just like ask it from me. Like, just don't be a bot and just ask me for my Telegram, but you have to follow me, okay? If you don't follow me, I deadass will not respond to you. I can't believe the number of people that message me asking for Telegram or for advice, but they don't fucking follow me. Now I get it, sometimes you guys just forget, but really, did you forget? Like, stop being a little bitch and just follow me and then like message me, okay? It just supports me. Like, I'm giving you guys free source every day. The least you can do is follow me and then message me. You can even unfollow me after you message me, bro. Like, use your brain. First things first, well, obviously I cover the fact that you have to give free value, right? It's like a free lead magnet. If you're an experienced growth operator over here, you would know what that means, but I'll cover that free lead magnet in another video. The title of this video is whether or not you can make 10K a month as a growth operator, like a beginner in the business space choosing a growth operator model, right? A growth operating business model. So I'm not going to say yes or no right now, but I will explain everything to you right now, like every single point that comes to my mind. And by the end of the video, I will say yes or no. And it'll make sense to you, all right? So just stay tuned, and if you skip to the end of the video and pick up the part where I say yes or no, you're trans because you have like no thought process in your mind. If you listen to everything I say and the decision, you're a G. If you listen to only my end decision, or like in any scenario you just listen to like what the person has to say yes or no and just like follow them like a fucking god, you have a very vaporous existence and you don't have like the qualities of a substance person. Like you're perpetually fucked. So don't just skip to the end of the video, watch this entire video. Alright, now I want to talk about like a little intro about how I was before I started Growth Operating, just so you guys can get a better idea and so you guys can kind of maybe relate to it. So I was in the online business space for like honestly more than a year, but to be honest, I was pretty fucking stupid. I barely did any work. Like any substantial work was just like ignored or like just procrastinated upon. Fuck. Simply because I was too comfortable. And I knew that. I knew I was too comfortable, but I just couldn't get myself to push myself out of, you know, that stupid little container I was in. And I guess, yeah, like the only way I got myself out of it was by eventually just forcing myself to be so uncomfortable to a point where I was like, all right, I have this minimal business knowledge for like an online business, and I've been seeing Eddie Cumberbatch's videos. I just made a new friend at the gym called Jack. He has a very similar mindset to me. He also talks about Eddie Cumberbatch and this new business model. We both want to start it. Let's just start it, right? So I had 2 online companies at that time. One of them was just, okay, well, to be honest, it wasn't that successful. Like, it made money, but it was like, I could have made so much more if I truly tested it. And one of them was just like a very low ticket one. I'm so glad I shut them both down. Simply because I'm going all in on this business model. Like, all fucking in. This is like my full-time thing for the next like at least 10 years. And I'm glad because I got in this Growth Operating business wave like early on. Like, the wave only just barely started. Like, barely started. So like I can already feel how like not saturated but difficult it is to land a client now than it was like 6 months ago. And that's fine because that happens with any business model, right? Bro, I feel like I talk a lot. I hope you guys don't just like skip out of the video. Just keep listening to me. I kind of drop some sauce without even like realizing it sometimes. Right, so that's like a bit of a background of how I started Growth Operating, right? By the way, I still live with my parents, but you know, I don't plan that being a forever thing, because like things are going well. But like, keep the view, guys. Look at that. I'm in Sydney right now with Jack, a little business trip. The client was supposed to come from the US, but his flight got cancelled. If you guys are tuned on my Instagram and Telegram, you guys would know that. But yeah, anyways, continuing on with the video. Yeah, so that's background of me, and you know. It's also nice on a side note. I go so off tangent, but if you guys think I have ADHD, comment down below. It's nice to put yourself in a nice surrounding, in like a nice environment. For example, over here, we're not fucking millionaires, bro. Like, we're not millionaires, but we can afford this place for like 5 nights, okay? Like, this is, it just kind of opens your eyes, and it's like, I can imagine myself living here, waking up one day in like my holiday house or whatever, in one of my 100 houses. And if that doesn't inspire you enough to like keep working hard, then I don't know what will. Like, I feel like this is the best way, one of the best ways to push yourself to experience a life that you can't buy, but you can kind of, you know, rent, if that makes sense, for a couple nights. And that comes back to like, even if you want to like rent a supercar or a car you really, really want, like one of your dream cars. I haven't done that yet, but I feel like I would in a few months, just like rent a G-Wagon or a McLaren or some shit like that, just to experience it. Because as soon as I drive it and just hear like the V12 and in like an SVJ, I would just imagine myself like, fuck, I can just rip the shit out of this once I actually own this. And that sound itself would just like, you know, trigger a big part of me that I feel like hasn't been triggered before. I need to get back on topic. Now, back to the whole point of this video. Can you start Growth Operating as a beginner in the online business space, make 10K a month? So, I'm going to tell you guys the skills needed. as a growth operator, okay? And then after this, I'm going to tell you guys exactly yes or no, can you or can you not, to my actual like question of this title of the video, okay? It's kind of cold. All right, so hold up. All right, I need my V Blues. This is an investment. The more you invest in energy drinks like V Blue, the more money you'll make. Believe me, growth operators out there, you'll kind of understand. First things first, you need to know how the entire system, well, the process works, right? And this kind of applies with any business model, but I'm going to use this video, as you know, for growth operating, right? Because I'm a fucking growth operator. So you need to know how to do outreach. Okay, now before you do outreach, you need to know how to do lead gen. How do you find the best leads to reach out to? You can't just reach out to anybody, so you have to know more about lead gen. So you have to know, like, who do I reach out to? You should have some fundamental lead gen knowledge, simply because the last thing you want is to reach out to the most useless, like, non-monetizable leads, because that's just going to waste your time and give you false hope about the potential of the business model, right? So that's one thing, lead gen, which honestly you can learn in like 3 days, maybe a week, extensively if you work like a couple hours a day. But like proper work, I'm talking like proper work where you actually absorb every piece of information you read or listen to online. Okay, so lead gen shouldn't take you too long to learn, but it's like you can't have that mentality of like, I need to get through this quickly, because with anything, not just lead gen, if you have the mentality of like, I just need to get this fucking done, you're just not going to learn as much. Okay, so it goes back to like what Sam Sulek once said, a person that likes walking because they like walking would reach further than a person that likes walking just to get to the further destination. That was the worst paraphrased quote, but you get what I mean, right? Like if you like walking, you'll walk further than a person that is just walking to get somewhere. Lead gen is like a part of outreach because it comes first. Now on top of that, you would need to know a bit of copywriting. You don't need that much copywriting, bro. Like you don't need much copywriting. So many people say, oh, you need like all these crazy copywriting, bro. Ignore them, please ignore them. All you need in your email outreach to any prospective clients or just like leads, or even a DM, like it doesn't matter how you reach out to them, you don't need a fucking script, you just need a set structure. Bro, I'll tell you right now what to have in your outreach. I'm just gonna talk about emails, okay? But you can pretty much use this for like DMs as well. One tip for DMs though, do not send one chunky message. Try to split it up and build rapport. On DMs, build rapport for a few days, even a week, and then kind of hint towards what you do and like your offer. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there because that's a very important one that I kind of ignored, but someone reminded me yesterday, and I was like, all right, you know what, that's pretty valid. So, email script. All you say, hey, name, I made this video for you, and I think you've been looking for it. Here it is, link, and then just say, cheers, your name. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Send a Loom video, bro. Like, that link I said, like after you say, hey, I made this video for you, that has to be the Loom video right after. Loom video is all you need. You don't need copywriting for that. You just need to talk to the fucking camera. So practice, I guess that's the next skill. Learn how to talk to a camera. It can just be your computer webcam or even your phone's webcam. That's all you need, right? Because in this case, it's like recording a Loom video. Just know how to do a basic conversation into a camera, because at some point, guys, like if you want to be someone really successful or like well known for the right things, you will have to learn how to talk to a camera. And I've had to learn that as well, which wasn't easy at the start, but it's obviously possible because look at me now, right? I'm not the best, but I hope you guys yet find value in like and appreciate the effort I'm putting in here. Why am I sounding? What the fuck's wrong with me? Now we covered those things. The next thing I want to talk about is communication. So you should have some like low-key train yourself how to speak. I feel like I still need like so much help with my speech because I stutter sometimes, I slur my words sometimes, and I'm kind of hard to understand sometimes. Like I myself am like, what the fuck was I just saying? and I need to, work on it every day, but which I do myself. But I feel like I'm gonna get to a point where I might even like hire a coach to, help me improve my speech. And so if you're a person that can't afford a coach as such, just like watch some YouTube videos online on like how to just, speak more confidently, use your hand gestures, like open your lips more, because at the end of the day, you have a more articulate speech if you open your lips more. I'm going to talk about 3 more things: appointment setting, closing, and funnels and systems, which also kind of includes the sales process. So in terms of appointment setting, it's very easy to know how to appointment set. You just have to know that appointment setting is not closing a sale on the DMs. Like that's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to book in a call with someone that has the money ready to invest, but just isn't 100% sure because they don't have all the information just yet. They have the money, but they don't have the information yet, which is why you appointment set for them to book in a sales call with your team or yourself or the closer. What you need to know about this is how to talk like a human being. Okay, and this also applies for closing. You can't talk like a robot. You can't just use like the same script and like copy and paste it for everyone that reaches out to you and that you're trying to appointment set for. You have to literally build a personal conversation with each and every one of them. The more you copy and paste it, they feel ignored. Okay, you can't let them feel ignored or neglected. You have to make them feel like the creator actually cares. Appointment setting doesn't take time to learn. It just takes like, I'd say, a day or 2 to learn, simply because it's just how to talk to a fucking person on text without sounding like a bot. Okay, and all you have to do is just watch one nice video on YouTube, or just ask me on DMs and I'll tell you exactly how to do it. Okay, and now the last thing is closing. Well, the second last thing, I want to talk about funnels and systems briefly after the closing part. Now, closing is a bit more intricate and fragile, simply because you can't fuck it up. Right, you fuck one thing up and you pretty much lose a 5-figure deal or a 6-figure deal. Now, closing is very important it is very important, but what's tricky about it is you need to know how to trigger the pain points of your clients, of your prospective clients, and also pitch your offer in a very high value way, as in you're giving them a solution to their pain rather than you're giving them an offer of your service. It's like you have to fix this solution. You have to tell them, I'm going to fix your solution with this, rather than, hey, I have this, buy it. You know what I mean? So that's like the overall, I guess, way to explain what closing is, but that's pretty shit, right? But essentially closing is a bit more time consuming to learn, or to gain experience with. But here's the thing, with all of these skills, the only way to really improve them is to fucking start. Okay? It's just to start. Even with funnels and systems, don't complicate yourself with Go High Level or all these other automations and email campaigns and all this. You don't need that shit, bro. Like, I didn't use that shit. I tried to and I was like, fuck this shit, bro. So complicated. I know what I do best. Manual work. Like, I will manually make a funnel, Instagram story, CTA, DM the creator, I will close, I will appointment set. I did that and it worked. Just have a basic funnel. It's like, there's an audience here, I need to drive traffic. I'll tell the creator what to post. He'll post it. Traffic is coming to the fucking page. Now you have a link there, right? People click the link, or people message you the word ATM. Now you try to have a conversation with them. You try to qualify them, right? It's just a very simple funnel. Very simple funnel. Just use your brain, do what you understand best, and over time you will keep improving your expertise and your skills and your processes and your systems and your funnels. Everything will improve over time, okay? I started with like the most shitty fucking methods, and now I have like a pretty sick person on the team that I can't reveal just yet, but I feel like in a few months I would. We're gonna run up easy 100k months, 300k months, easily. Now, that's essentially all the skills you need to know. With all these things, I have one tip for you. Is to just start, okay? Start somewhere. I don't care how much expertise you have, just start, because you will get better over time quicker than you think with experience, okay? You can soak up all this knowledge, but if you don't know how to squeeze it out, you're pretty much useless, right? You're just a heavy fucking sponge that can't even like get themselves off the ground. I don't know if that even makes sense, but I'm gonna finally answer your question. Should a rookie in the online business space choose the growth operating business model to make 10K a month? Yes. Yes. And a lot of people say no, but I say yes because it's possible. I did it. I barely had much knowledge about it. Like, I knew the basics about it. Bro, I went into this business model with a low ticket mentality. I didn't even know what the fuck high ticket was. We started a low ticket community first and then built out high ticket offers. And that's all we do now, like mostly high ticket offers. So I started off on like the completely opposite side of the scale. Low ticket, like $27 a month, bro. That was the offer. Bro, we literally started at $27 a month offer. That was the low ticket community, $27 a month. And now we're talking about 12K offers, okay? You have to just start. It's possible for you to make this work. It really is possible. If you put your mind to it, just ask yourself, how bad do you really want this, bro? How bad do you want this? Yes, it's getting saturated every day, like technically saturated, yeah, whatever, but is that just an excuse for you? Like, only you will know the answer to that question. If it's an excuse, man, like, it's fine. Just admit it to yourself, like, I'm being a little bitch and I'm just making up any excuse I can think of and I'm not actually willing to put in the work, but that just means you don't want it bad enough. But just want it. You have to want it bad enough. You can make it work, right? You got this. DM me and tell me what stage you are at right now in your growth operating journey, and I'll see if I can help you out. And of course, if you want my Telegram, follow me and message me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help anybody out. But you have to follow me. Alright, that's all I ask for. And comment down below, real growth operators, like the video, subscribe, so you guys can get more bangers out of me. And I hope you guys fuck with the free sauce. But I'm gonna finish this shit off tonight. I'm gonna be up for a while.